Virtua Cop came to us from Sega's AM2 division and designed by Yu Suzuki. It hit the arcades in 1994 and became an instant hit. Unlike many gun games that came before it, Virtua Cop used full 3D polygon generated worlds. It also emphasized on the real-time nature of the game. Enemies would react differently depending on where they were shot. It was also one of the first games to allow the player to shoot through glass. The player takes control of police officer Michael Hardy or his partner, James Cools, if a second player joins. The aim of the game is fairly simple. Take to the streets and shoot criminals. Be careful not to shoot a civilian though, as this causes the player to lose a life. Throughout the game you'll find many powered-ups in the shape of special weapons. These range from shotguns to machine guns. Taking damage while these are in your possession, however, will result in you losing them. Players looking to rank up their score can gain extra points for justice shots, disarming an enemy without killing them, done by shooting their hand, and bullseyes, shooting the center of the target circle. These days Virtua Cop may look dated, but it's still great fun and was amazing back in 1994. The very first port of Virtua Cop came to the Sega Saturn. It was one of the first games to make use of Sega's development libraries, and what a fantastic job AM2 did. Apart from the obvious drop in resolution compared to the arcade game, the Saturn port is practically perfect. Every enemy is where they should be, every shot is perfectly accurate, and every camera pan is how it is in the arcade. Even the textures are good, again despite the lower resolution. As well as the arcade game, the Saturn offers a training mode that resembles a shooting alley, and a CD introduction as well as the standard arcade games introduction. There are also some bonus music tracks on the CD, and the in-game music is enhanced over the arcade. In 1997, Virtua Cop was one of many Sega Saturn games that were ported to the PC. What we have here is pretty much 100% identical to what was on the Saturn, but now running in 480p rather than the Saturn's 240p. Just like the Saturn game, the PC version can also be controlled by a mouse or controller and features the same bonus CG introduction movie.
Virtua Cop Elite Edition!
We lucky gamers in Japan and Europe too received Virtua Cop Rebirth, or Elite Edition as it was known in Europe. This is a compilation disc that contains Virtua Cop 1 and 2. As you can see, the game has been given a whole new facelift that even outshines the arcade. Everything is now texture mapped and enemy characters have been given much more variety in appearance. Sadly, things do tend to get blocky when the camera pans in a lot. As for the way the game plays, well, it's almost perfect to the Saturn and arcade original. There are a few little differences in timing and some items missing, such as the 4x4 truck in the underground parking. Unfortunately, the game is running interlaced, which is why we have this shimmering effect on the video capture. But it does run at a pretty solid 60 frames per second, which is excellent. In 2004, a port of Virtua Cop was developed for the handheld Nokia N-Gage. The game never actually got released though, due to poor gameplay and quality issues, apparently. Very few beta copies of the game were made. This footage you are seeing here comes from Philip Gordon. The original beta had no audio, so I've dubbed over some music from the Saturn release. Virtua Cop also made its way to the world of LCD games thanks to Tiger Electronics and the Tiger Laser Games range, which utilised basic light gun controls. Virtua Cop stands as the only Sega game to receive the Laser Games treatment, although there were others for movie franchises such as Star Wars, Independence Day and Mars Attacks. This video footage comes courtesy of Shadow Gamer. And let's take a look at all those versions of Virtua Cop running side by side.